All right, here's a beautiful sediment style of Carrera marble. We made this from scratch. It's a beautiful product called Stone Coat Countertops. This is how you do it. We're going to show you in this video from start to finish how to make a beautiful sediment style Carrera marble right in your own home. Stay tuned. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to do like a sediment style Carrera marble. So we're not going to make the whole thing marbleized. We're going to do sediments of that Carrera marble. And when you want a real bright white Carrera marble, we suggest painting a paint and primer and one base in white. And then we're also going to mix white base color directly into our clear. We use this technique a lot. You can use our base colors to tint your entire base. They're really, really neat. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of that base color. A little goes a long way. And I'm going to mix that up. Now that's all white. Go ahead and put that here. Now we're going to trowel it out with our 1/8 by 1/8 square notch trowel. Now, my philosophy on doing Carrera marble look is you can always add more color, but be careful because you can make it look too dark really fast. So we're going to start with this white. We're going to brush this white out. Okay. I got to be careful not to touch the color. I just made a sample, a different sample, so I can't rub my brush through what I had just made. I want to make sure I stay up there. Grab some of that white. Make sure you do a good job brushing your edges. Now we're going to chop it. Get those trowel marks out. Brush that again. Now I'm going to torch that a little bit just to get rid of some of these big bubbles here. Alright, so now I'm just going to add some sediment layers going through this surface, and I'm going to start with charcoal gray. I'm just going to use two different grays. I'm going to use charcoal gray and dark gray, and that's it. We're going to just run those through it, let it do its thing, and then we're going to torch it. So I'm just going to add a little bit there, and you need to start on one edge and go all the way over both sides. Okay, and then I'll just come back the other way so all the dark isn't on one end. And if that's too dark, you can always just drag through it again to load up that paint stick. I'm just going to go through it. Don't make all your lines perfectly straight. Nature isn't perfect. Come back, grab some more of that. See, what's cool is because we added white into our base color, you can use that white to tone down the Carrera marble. If you like how dark it is, you can just leave it as it is. But see, I didn't like how dark it was to where we started there, so I'm just pulling some through. Now I'll just spray a little bit more here. And I'm putting very, very little spray paint on this stick. You make these samples, customers just love looking at the samples. And if you're going to do this for your own home and your own kitchen, it's a really great way to get used to working with Stone Coat Countertop epoxy. And you can see I'm digging down to the surface, which is okay because it'll flow right back to where it's supposed to be. So now I'm going to take and not add a bunch more gray. And I've actually just used the one color gray. Because I'm mixing it with white, it's changing the value of that gray, making it darker and lighter. And now I'm going to come through and I'm just going to put faint lines throughout this thing, just just so that it looks more natural. You don't want perfectly spaced lines in Carrera. You want it to be boy, that's going to look neat. So you can see I'm just dragging that stick in the direction I want. I'm not messing up the veins that I had there. I'm just adding little hints of color here and there, which is making it like in between here. I don't like all that just white space, so I'm just going to take that stick and just move it through it, just like that. Real cool. Real cool. Now, for you to get this look out of a real piece of Carrera marble, it would be very difficult to keep the grain going the way that you wanted in your own kitchen. But using this product, you get to determine where the grain of your countertop goes and flows, and you get to choose how you want it to look. It's just a neat, fun process to work with. So I'm going to meld these two here that are kind of dark, and we'll just kind of turn them into one darker spot of the actual top. Meld it to where you like it, and we're almost good right there. That's looking neat. So let's go ahead and torch this, move these veins a little bit, and what I'm going to do when I torch is I'm going to take this part and just kind of move it a little bit so all of these little veins that I made, they all go the same direction. There's just a little fuzz right here. Get that out. So I'm gonna move these all a little bit, like just arch it a little bit. Watch this. So that right there is kind of what you see in nature too, where as this rock is being formed, there might be something there that pushes this whole thing this way. So that's kind of cool. Little dark on this edge, so I'm just rubbing my hand. Make sure they all come over the edge there. That's really neat. Now I'll come back and torch this again after it's set up for about another 10 or 15 minutes. That's sick, right?
Right.